Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these shaker ornaments with my Mira 9 and they are great for keepsakes. So let's go into the program and get started. Okay, so now we're in Lightburn and I'm going to show you kind of the layers to make the keepsake ornament. So here I designed the top layer. Basically for a keepsake ornament you're going to probably need 4 to 6 layers because it's going to depend on if you want it to be seen from both sides, but you need the frame and the acrylic pieces to keep the keepsake, in this case sand for instance, in the ornament. So I have our top layer that's going to show the design, and then this layer is going to be our acrylic layer, and I'm not going to make this ornament see-through because I kind of want to paint the backing like a sea color so that it looks like the ocean behind it. So this piece will go underneath this top layer for the acrylic piece, and then here I have our base piece that is going to go in the back, and then I also have, trying to get below it here is going to be our framing piece that'll go in the center. So basically it'll be the top piece, the acrylic piece that'll hold the sand in, the frame so the sand will go in that piece, and then the backers so that way the ornament will have a backing that'll look kind of like the ocean. And then I have these other little elements here that'll kind of be painted and add to the top of the layer as well to give it more of a 3D effect. So each layer is set up, and I have the some of the layers turned off because I'm only going to cut one layer at a time since they're going to be cut out of different materials. So as I cut each layer, then I'll just turn the output on and then send it over to the machine with just each layer in the color. Okay, so the pieces are all cut, and then I pre-painted them to save some time for this video. But basically I already started gluing some of them. So I glued the top piece to the acrylic piece and then also the frame. So this piece is all set to go, and we're gonna put our sand in here. And then this is the backing piece. I painted both sides. So we'll go ahead and put the sand in and then glue the ornament up. And then I have added this little bead and string for the tassel. So we'll go ahead and do that. You don't want to fill the whole ornament because otherwise it's not going to be able to shake around. So just put a little bit in. And then I'm going to take the glue. You can also use 3M, but I haven't used 3M before, so I always glue, but I've heard 3M works probably a little bit better. Alright, the glue didn't want to come out of that one, so we'll try this again. You just want a very little bit of glue. So I like to use, since I use glue and not 3M, I like to use these bottles with the precision tip. So that way you don't get too much glue everywhere. If you get too much glue, then it'll start seeping and then the sand will stick to the edges inside. So you just want to do a very little bit of glue around the outside edge. And then we're going to put our backing piece, line it up. Make sure that it's lined up on all the edges. And then I also have these little clamps. So I like to clamp it together to make sure that it's going to stay tight. And you don't have to clamp it for very long because the super glue, you know, dries really fast. I just go ahead and put a little clamp on kind of each end and let it sit for a few seconds. And then we'll have to put on our bead. So you can kind of see already the sand in there. Probably could have added a little bit more sand, but all right. And now we'll just add our bead. Sometimes after I beat it, I'll also put the clamps back on depending on if it doesn't feel dry enough or not. Actually, I always go through the front and over the top. And there is our ornament. So took the sand from the Dominican when we were there on our trip, and then I made a bunch of these for my family.